What's up fam, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for coming. If it's your second time or third time, or you're always a member of this family, just know that I really do appreciate you. So on today's video, I want to share with you the pros and cons of being your own boss. Yep, I worked for myself for 3 years. Yani, there was no salary that was coming from anyone. I wasn't employed, and coming from employment, I was used to getting a salary every month, and now for those 3 years I wasn't able to get salary from anyone, but it was me, myself, and God. And yeah, so I'm gonna share with you my experience. Being your own boss, first of all, is very, very good, and it's something that everyone would want to become, about their own bosses. In fact, the generation that we have right now, most of the people just want to become their own bosses. But now being your own boss comes with a lot of advantages and disadvantages. The first pro of being your own boss is that you're in charge of your earnings. Like, every single thing that you work for is yours. All the profits are yours. And even the reason I've been saying this as my number one is because before I left employment, there's a project I did, and I know how much it took me to do that project. So I knew every single thing, and the profit was a lot, but whatever I got did not even match the work that I did put into it, and I just felt bad for that particular time. So one of the advantages of being your own boss, that time I was working for someone else, one of the advantages of being your own boss is that all the earnings are yours. Like, you're in charge of your earnings. So all the profit you make, ni zako, ni zangu Christine, you know, like all the profit I made during working those 3 years, they were all mine. There was nothing that sijui nimefanya kazi and then someone took the money, it was all mine. You get. The second point, I have my YouTube book down here, by the way, so I'm looking at it. It's right here. The second pros is that you get to choose your working hours. Like, this is something that I really, really, really love. And the fact that I could wake up and work from this particular time, like, there was nothing like CG, you're supposed to get to work by 9 a.m. or you're supposed to get to work by 11 a.m. I could plan my day depending on my previous day. You get. Like, when I was working for myself, I knew that I'd wake up in the morning, go to the gym by 7, leave the gym by 9, come back home, and then be on my desk by 10. So that was my schedule. And the days that I get to work until late, I could start my day, let's say around even 12 or something like that, 12 p.m. And then there are also those days that I could just choose not to work on a Friday, but make sure that I put a lot of effort from Monday to Thursday, so that on Fridays I get to relax or even go somewhere else, you know. Yeah. So the luxury of just choosing the time that you want to work, like your working hours, was just amazing when you are your own boss. And then the other pros of being your own boss is that you are in control of your decisions. You know, like, everything about your company, you make that decision, like every single thing. And this is also very tough, especially when you're not disciplined, you know. Like, if you make bad decisions, your company is gonna fail. If you make good decisions, it's all on you. Like, it's all you, by the way. So it's a pro that sounds like a con, but well, it's a pro. Like, you make your own decisions. Like, there's no one who's coming to tell you, Christine, why are you doing it like this, you know. Like, you will be in charge of everything, and you will decide what you want to do at that particular time, something that will benefit your company or your organization, or whatever you want to call it. But well, you are your own boss, so you make your own decisions, and every single decision is on you, you know, whether it's good, bad, you make it. Yep. The fourth point, making your own decision means you can also set the environment that you wanna work in. You get. Like, you can decide, today, this week, I'm going to work from Mombasa, meaning you're going to pay for a hotel room, or you're going to pay for wherever it is. Again, this depends on your client, because you can't go to Mombasa if there's something you're going to a job whereby your project, or rather your company, offers services that needs you to contact be with the client there and then. But if it's something that you're doing online, then you can just do it from whichever place you are. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, you can just deliver the job. So that's the beauty of, you know, making your own decision and choosing your working hours. You can decide where you want to work in, you know, all those advantages of being your own boss. The last pro is that when you're your own boss, no one can fire you. Like, ni wewe unajifire, you know. If you want to fire yourself, you'll fire yourself, you know. And like, I fired myself in December, I think last year I did fire myself. I was like, you know what, Christine, I am firing you. Next year you're going to be hired somewhere else. Yeah, but you cannot, like, it's you. If you want to fire yourself, you will fire yourself. No one can fire you. So you will do your job knowing that it is you who's doing it and there's no one else who's calling the shots. You're the one to call the shots. So you will not want to be worried about, will I be fired? They tell you to do this. You're just doing it even if you don't like it, because you have to do it. You know, like, you do things that make sense to you as the owner of the business. Does that make sense? So those are the few pros that I have. Like, they're just for, I'm sure there are many, but I just chose those four. So we're gonna go to the cons. And the cons of being your own boss, number one is there's no security in a steady paycheck. Like, pesa iko hivi, leo iko, kesho haiko, leo iko, kesho haiko. Like, it's when you, my experience was, when you do a project and finish a project, you're always thinking of where the next project is going to come from. Like, if you don't do the job, you won't get the money. So I sure there's this month, maybe you can make, like, let's say 1 million. The next month you're gonna make 500. But when I was doing my entrepreneurial course, like when I went for that course, I think in 2020, there's one thing that I learned is that with time you get to know how much your business can earn in a month, like depending on what business you're doing. But with time you get to know, like, even see the pattern. You'll be able to know that every month this is the amount of money that I'm going to get. But I think because my business was the third year, last year was the third year of my business, and it was like this. But if I look back on my books, I'll be able to see the pattern. Like, I'll be able to know this is the least amount I can get in a month. When I push, yani ile kidogo kabisa to get the job, like, that's the amount that I would get. So I go assured, like, the way, of course, a salary will come when you're employed somewhere else. You know that your salary is this amount. Yeah, so no steady paycheck. That is one of the disadvantages. Another cons is that you work more hours than you used to work when you're employed. And this I experienced. Good people, there are days, as much as I was saying in the beginning, at TCG you choose their working hours. Yes, you get to choose, but you get to work more. Remember, it is you, yourself, and God. Yani, you have to put in the work. You can't just sleep when you know very well there's this client, there's this deadline. Because when I started, of course, there are people that I was working with, like the finance person, the creative person. Those are people that were constant in my business. But now there are other people, of course, that are involved. So sometimes you get to work really late, especially when you're working with someone else. You're working on a project that is due very, very soon, and you know that people you're working with, some of them are actually employed. So I had to spend more hours in doing the job. Like, even I had to learn how to edit. I never used to edit, by the way, like all these editing videos. I never used to do that, but I got to learn all those stuff in my business, because sometimes the people that are working for you are not available to do that project, so you have to do it yourself. So meaning you're going to put more hours in the business than you used to do in employment. You get, like, in employment, of course, my previous employment, oh my god, like, ilikuwa zile za najua naingia job at 9, I'll be leaving at 4:59. Mimi huyo with my bag, I'm just like, guys, adios, let's see you another day, you know. But now when it comes to this side, I used to stay in my office until, like, this particular office, this one here, by the way, I used to stay here for long. Like, sometimes I could even leave this place at around 10, and sometimes I could get out of this room at around 1 a.m. So it depends on the project that you're working in, because you will put in more hours. So that's something that you guys need to know if you're getting into business and you're thinking of maybe starting your own, working for yourself, being self-employed, being your own boss, you know, girl boss, nini, all that. Yeah, I feel like I'm rapping. Anyway, the third point, every single thing depends on you. I think I've said that. I think I said it, right? Yeah, every single thing depends on you. If you make a bad decision, it's on you, like, ni wewe. Hakuna mtu atachukua fault. If you F up a project, it is you. Like, every single thing depends on you. When you start working, your work will start. When you end the job, your job will stop. So when you stop looking for new businesses, there's no business that will come in. You have to go and look for that businesses. And I'm telling you guys, sometimes it used to be so hectic. Yani, hey. So, as in, it's not easy as people might think. It's not easy. Lastly, it's lonely. When you're starting a business, you're the one with the vision. Like, you're the one, this is your idea. Even your friends can't help on this particular one. Like, it is your dream. You're the one you're the flag bearer. So it is your dream. So sometimes it gets lonely because there are things that you're going through, and maybe you don't even know who to share with. There's some decisions you have to make. You have to sit here and make it by yourself. Unless maybe you're starting a business in a very big organization where you have many people, you have partners, you have this and that, you have all these people who are going to help you. But when it's just you, yourself, and God, my friend, like, it gets lonely. And another way that I can explain this loneliness is that when you start your business, you will be alone, like in a room, like this room right here, doing the job yourself. When you're employed somewhere else, you'll be able to meet people. You'll have a colleague there. You'll be sitting with this person in this department. Utakuwa na huyo mwingine. When something is not coming through, you can easily take your laptop to them and ask them, hey, so what do you think of this? How can I do it? Hapa, by the way, uko peke yako. Mimi, by the way, I was alone. So, as in, yeah, those are some of the pros and cons of being your own boss, and I hope you like this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we've come to the end of it. By the way, if you like it, thumbs up. Yeah, that's what I mean, like thumbs up. Oh, I mean, this is like down, gosh. Thumbs up if you like it. If you're watching this and you're your own boss, like wewe ni boss wako, wewe mwenyewe, doesn't even say it like that, but yeah, you get my point. If you are your own boss, maybe you're running a business, what are some of the pros and cons in that business that you've experienced so far, by the way? And if you like it, I think nilisha sema, but again I'm repeating, if you like it, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do by pressing on that amazing lady popping right there. And until next time, good people, kisses to you.